fans and you appreciate, it's too soft of a word, you're forever grateful for this astonishing journey, because without the fans, we wouldn't be here.
Gene Simmons is an Israeli-American rock and roll legend. He's known for being a co-founder of the band Kiss, which was extremely successful in the late 1970s into the 1990s, and has sold over 100 million records worldwide as of this writing. Even with those impressive record and touring stats, the majority of Gene's wealth today comes from Kiss licensing deals. Kiss-related logos, icons, and other intellectual property have been licensed for over 5,000 different products, ranging from pinball machines, lunchboxes, condoms, board games, lighters, comic books, and even coffins. The brand has generated over $1 billion in licensing fees since the 1970s.
It's right here, right now, and if you can't deliver the goods on a certain level, have the self-respect to say thank you, and we're done.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Chaim Witz, but is also known as the Demon. He was born August 25, 1949 in Haifa, Israel, making him 72 at the time of this production. He stands at 6 feet 2 inches tall. During his childhood, Chaim Witz adopted a more Americanized name of Eugene Klein. He became very interested in music after watching the Beatles on The Ed Sullivan Show. With his newfound interest in music, his mother brought him a second-hand guitar. Gene became very good with the guitar, but decided to switch over to bass because he felt it would be easier to get in a band. Simmons is also an avid science fiction and comic book fan. He's published several science fiction fanzines and has contributed to other fanzines. Simmons was a supporter of George W. Bush's foreign policy and vocally supported the 2003 invasion of Iraq. In 2010, Simmons said he regretted voting for Barack Obama, criticizing his healthcare reforms in 2009. In 2012, he endorsed Mitt Romney for president. As far as philanthropy, Simmons advocates for Child Fund International. He traveled to Zambia to visit his sponsored children, of whom he has more than 1,400. He and his family received the Mend Humanitarian Award for their philanthropic efforts and work for the charity Mending Kids International. Simmons helped found the Children Matter, an initiative that fights to get children around the world access to health care. Simmons lives in Los Angeles with his wife, Shannon Lee Tweed, a Canadian actress and former Playboy playmate. Although they began dating in 1983, they did not marry until 28 years later. Simmons often joked that he and Tweed were happily unmarried for over 20 years. He often paraphrased Groucho Marx, saying, "Marriage is an institution, and I don't want to live in an institution." Simmons and Tweed wed on October 1, 2011 at the Beverly Hills Hotel. They have 2 children, Nick, born January 22, 1989, and Sophie, born July 7, 1992. He formerly had live-in relationships with Cher and Diana Ross, revealing that he fell in love with Ross while dating Cher. Simmons can speak Hungarian, German, English, Hebrew, and some Japanese. Simmons does not drink alcohol or use drugs. Simmons has boasted many times about having bedded thousands of women. In 2010, he claimed the tally stood at 5,000 and that he has a Polaroid picture of each liaison, including the hotel key where it took place. Simmons is a teetotaler and abstains from alcohol and drug use.
My God, see, even now I'm getting a little tongue-tied. Of course, I have a long tongue, so Don't be jealous.
Gene Simmons was born to Florence Klein and Ferenc Yehiowicz, a carpenter. His mother and her brother, Gene's uncle Larry Klein, were the only members of their family to survive internment in a Nazi concentration camp during the Holocaust. Gene left Israel with his mother at the age of 8 and moved to Jackson Heights, Queens in New York City. While in high school, Eugene started his first band, Lynx, which was later renamed Missing Lynx. After his time with the Missing Lynx, Simmons joined the Long Island Sounds. Gene studied briefly at Sullivan County Community College, then transferred to Richmond College, eventually earning a degree in education. With his degree in hand, Simmons taught grade school in Spanish Harlem and even worked as a personal assistant with the editor of Vogue and Glamour magazine. It was during this time that he changed his name to Gene Simmons in honor of famed rockabilly performer Jumpin' Gene Simmons. Simmons joined a new band, Bullfrog Beer, and they recorded the demo Lita. It was later included on the Kiss box set. Going under the name Gene Simmons, he met Stanley Eisen, aka Paul Stanley. The two decided to collaborate and form the band Wicked Lester. Their efforts paid off quickly because after just 7 shows, they signed a deal with Epic Records. They recorded an album, but it was not supported by Epic and fell by the wayside. It was never released. After this failure, Simmons and Paul set out to create what they called the band that would rule the world. They invited drummer Peter Criss to join them after seeing his advertisement in Rolling Stone magazine. They would soon be joined by guitarist Paul Frehley, aka Ace Frehley. The stage was now set for Kiss to take on the world. After 5 months of rehearsal, they played their first show. Before the show, they decided to experiment with makeup. Feeling that the makeup made them look too feminine, they instead opted to use makeup as a form of art. They came up with the idea to use makeup to express who they are as a person. Kiss quickly gathered a fan base. They released their self-titled debut album in February 1974. Simmons was the driving force behind their extensive merchandise, but even with the fan base, their first 3 albums were met with little or no critical success. One thing that was well known is that Kiss put on a great live show. It was decided to record Kiss live in concert. Once the live CD was released, the band's reputation grew because their live album hit quadruple platinum.
It's going to be sad, and it's going to be happy. Sad that you have to leave something that you love so much, but really happy and proud for look what we did.
Today, Gene and his bandmate Paul Stanley co-own Kiss. Everyone else is a paid performer. Gene has claimed that Kiss grosses over $100 million per year from touring, merchandise, and licensing deals. Gene's net worth is estimated to be $400 million. Since 1986, Gene's primary residence has been a 16,500 square foot mansion in Beverly Hills that sits on nearly 2 acres of the most valuable land in the world. Gene bought the property in 1984 for $1.3275 million, which is the same as $3.1 million today after adjusting for inflation. Several years later, he began a 5-year construction project that cost a reported $12 million to build the current 10-bedroom, 16,500 square foot home that was seen frequently on the family's reality show. In October 2020, Gene and Shannon listed this mansion for sale for $22 million. In September 2021, they accepted $16 million. Gene and Shannon were looking to sell so they could move full-time to a 24-acre estate near Whistler, British Columbia. They spent $4 million building Shannon's dream house on this property. In March 2021, Gene and Shannon paid $5.8 million for a hilltop home in Malibu. And a few months later, they paid $10.5 million for a smaller Beverly Hills mansion. In May 2021, they paid $8.2 million for an 11,000 square foot mansion in Henderson, Nevada. Soon after the purchase, he paid around $2 million for the undeveloped lot next door, which he eventually turned into an orchard with over 130 trees of various types. They didn't end up spending much time at this house, so in October 2021, Gene and Shannon listed the home for sale for a little under $15 million. Cars you'll find in his garage include a Volkswagen Beetle, a Porsche, a Jaguar, an Audi, and an Aston Martin.